Hello and welcome to Give It a Go with Jake. We are today giving sweet chili jam a go. We've done this once before, myself and my partner, and it was wonderful. We gave it to all our friends and family and they loved it. So we're having another crack. This is using some chilies that I grew last summer. We froze the last ones and we've utilising some of the frozen ones again. So they're not fresh, but chilies keep that heat in the freezer apparently. I'll just quickly run through the ingredients. I've got 6 red peppers here, they're pretty big. Chilies, we're just removing the tops, the green tops, cut up roughly with the seeds because they keep the heat. Lots of garlic, I think about 8 or 10 cloves. Ginger, maybe about half of that, maybe a bit more. I think this is a full amount of red wine vinegar. I think this is 500 ml. I think you might need 250. I believe it is 250. 400 grams of chopped cherry tomatoes, and then caster sugar. I've got a mixture of golden and regular, to keep it sweet. I think that's 750 grams of that. Learning from my last video that I filmed far too much footage, rambled an awful lot throughout it all, and it was a pain to edit. So we're going to keep this one hopefully shorter, sweeter, and we'll show you the preparation now and then go into the cooking. Awesome. Okay, so all the food prep is done. The 6 red bell peppers, 10 red chilies, garlic, 8 cloves all cut up, and the ginger cut up, all roughly cut up, because it's going in the blender to be blended into sort of a smoother paste. We'll get everything blended and then get it all in the pot, along with the other ingredients, because you can just chuck it all in. Wonderful. Let's go. All blended, finely chopped, so that's going into the pot with half of this, then that's 250 mils, the can, and then we've got 700 grams of sugar because we didn't have enough, and it doesn't really matter. Last time our jam was quite sweet, so maybe the heat of the chili could come through this time. Let's have a pop. So we'll get them all in the pot and then get it cooking. So then they go in. Wonderful. Half of this, I'm not going to measure it because I know what half is, and again, it doesn't really matter if it's like 50 ml out or anything like that, a bit more. Now, the one we had before was so tasty, we just had to make some more because it's the best. I'd say that's about half done. Sugar in next. When you look at it, it does look like a lot of sugar, right? But it's sweet chili jam, and if you actually think about when you're actually coming to eat it, you only have a little bit out of a pot. So, I mean, it looked like a lot of sugar to us, but I don't know. We'll chuck in this, all in there. Give it a mix and a stir, and it doesn't look that great, but when you cook it and simmer it, you scrape off all of the foam and the scum off the top, and then you get yourself chili jam that is to die for. We're going to boil it we'll get it to a boiling point for 5 minutes, put it down to a simmer, and then just monitor it, stir it so it doesn't stick to the bottom and catch, and then you've burnt all your product. So you do have to monitor this for maybe 50 minutes, but we're going to stand around, have a couple of drinks and a chat, and monitor it while we're doing it. Wonderful. Let's get cooking. Okay, so we brought it to a boil for 5 minutes, and we've been sifting off the sort of foam that comes to the top. It's left now to simmer. I've got it on setting heat 4. It smells lovely already, so I'm really excited. We'll catch up with you when it's all done. Okay, it's been 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes, and we've been simmering it all that time. We've had it on a heat level 6 out of 9, that is, only because last time we did it, I don't think we cooked it too much. So this time we've really had it simmering, bubbling over. We've been taking some of the scum away, but it really has reduced down. You can see the line here where it was before, all the way around the edge, and it's almost gone down by half. But it looks lovely, it looks really thick, lava-like. It may look a touch runny for jam, but it will set as it cools down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool for maybe about 20 minutes because it's piping hot still, and then we will sterilise some jars with some boiling water and some cleaning it and doing all the proper sterilisation of the jars. Move the jam when it's maybe warm and more and easier to move into the jars. Let them cool completely, and you can either store them in the cupboard, seal the jars and store them in the cupboard, and then once they've opened you want to keep them in the fridge, or we might just put them straight in the fridge to you know, keep them better stored and we've got space. We've all done with the sweet chili jam. We've given it a good go. It wasn't just me doing this, it was my partner, my girlfriend was helping me out, and just being the camera lady and helped me cutting up and things like that as well. But you know, we're really happy, we're so happy to have this back in our lives because it was incredible. And yeah, so on to the next video. Not sure what it will be. Hopefully this one will be a bit cleaner and shorter than the last one. I'm really happy, and you know, let's give it a go.